Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Felia Sandra Nasya and I am your moderator and presenter for this presentation about Communicator and Adressee in the advertising message. Our group consisted of me, Felia Sandra Nasya, and also my group partner, Farah Aisyah Idris and Rista Yulianti. The first topic will be explained by our first presenter, Farah Aisyah Idris.
Hello everyone, I'm Farah Idris as the first presenter of this group. We have another presenter too. We are going to talk about communicator and addressee in advertising message, focusing on relevance theory perspective. Okay, let's begin the presentation. First we talk about relevance theory. Relevance theory emphasizes the interaction between cognitive psychology, mental deductive functions, and grammatical processes, and between the effort the audience invests and the yield of information attained, so it provides an ideal tool for analyzing the process of the advertising communication. Next, we talk about principle of relevance. Advertising is one of the progressive and strategic communication activities which must be carried out consistently and addressed to truly define audiences. Advertising must be interpreted as a communication program that is effectively able to solve problems related to aspects of promotion or brand communication. Advertising is a communication activity that has main purpose. In the context of communication, the main purpose of advertising is to create and build progressively awareness of the target audience of the brand, build interest, encourage purchases and loyalty. Building, maintaining, and improving the quality of the four objectives that just mentioned is an activity that must be carried out systematically and continuously. Advertising is a communication activity that must be substantive. The substance of advertising language lies in the evidence or claims that are submitted to the audience. That's why advertisers must try to present valid and trusted test results. Advertising shouldn't be perceived as a false language or lie statement that creates public or audience distortion. There are 5 levels of relevance. First is industry. Advertisements help the consumers to make decisions regarding which product and service to buy. With the help of advertisement, a consumer gets the best possible options. Today, the advertising industry has become a huge industry because of the large number of products and services being offered. Second is community. The community that your business is based in allows you to build a rapport with fellow entrepreneurs at networking and local events and establish brand awareness with customers, so they build up recognition of you and your company. Advertising is helpful in providing employment and increasing income of the people. Both have a positive effect on their standard of living. Is target. Through targeted advertisement, advertisers can find and engage the most relevant audience by filtering internet users on the basis of their online behavior. Advertisers can target specific audiences with the custom audience features, including targeting the company database or similar audience. Brand. Branding is important because not only is it what makes a memorable impression on consumer, but it also allows your customers and clients to know what to expect from your company. There are many areas that are used to develop a brand including advertising, customer service, promotional merchandise, reputation, and logo. Then, value. In online advertising, added value or value added refers to extra inventory added to a sale for free to sweeten the deal for the buyer. Also often used to convince an advertiser to take a chance on a publisher or ad network it otherwise wouldn't consider. Next slides. Act of communication. First, the speaker's informative intention. The speaker's informative intention is to inform the audience of something. A communicator produces a stimulus intending thereby informative intention to make or more manifest to the audience a set of assumptions. The speaker's communicative intention is to have their informative intention recognized. Intending moreover communicative intention to make it mutually manifest to audience and communicator that the communicator has his informative intention.
Thank you for the explanation, Farah. Now we are off to the next topic that will be explained by our second presenter, Rista Yulianti.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rista Yulianti. Next, I want to tell you about the difference between informative intention and communicative intention. So the difference between informative intention and communicative intentions. The first is the intentions to present a manifest group of prepositions which serves to present the meaning of an utterance. The second is a higher class of intention by which the informative intentions is shown manifested to the hearer and to the listener. Okay, next is pictorial metaphor in advertising based on relevance theory. The communicator produces a stimulus which makes it mutually manifest to communicator and audience that the communicator intends by means of this stimulus to make manifest or more manifest to the audience a set of assumptions. It is possible to say that in any act of communications, a communicator attempts to affect of cognitive environment of the addresses or audience. In strong communications, the principle of relevance predicts that it is the first interpretations that comes to the addresses mind, which is the one intended. It would seem that no such thing can be predicted about weak communication. For form of communications, there is strong implicators and weak implicators. For strong implicators, there are essentials to recover the interpretations that best satisfies the expectations of relevance. And for weak implicators, help in the constructions of relevant interpretations, but it is not unique because the utterance suggests a range of similar possible implicators. The rules to remember is use simple words, write as you'd speak, use short sentences, stick to 15 to 20 words per sentence, and then use short paragraphs up to 5 sentences per paragraph. And the last is use the active voice, not passive. I think that's all from me. I'm sorry if there are so many mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Rista, for the explanation. Now for the last topic, I will explain it myself. Now I'm going to explain about the dichotomy between strong and weak communication. The first one is non-co-presence in time. Advertiser and audience are not simultaneously present, and the addressee cannot directly respond. The second one is number of communicators involved. A composite communicator addresses a substantial audience that is moreover largely unknown, although this audience can theoretically be narrowed down to the advertiser's target group. The third one is multimedia character of advertisements. The kind of advertisements examined in the present study usually feature a mixture of verbal and pictorial information. The fourth and the last one is ambiguity of the textual part of advertisements. An advertisement contains explicit information as well, thus yielding explicatures. The next topic that I'm going to explain is explicatures and implicatures in relevance theory. Explicatures are a subset of assumptions that are analytically conveyed by a text or utterance. More specifically, explicatures are those analytic implications which the communicator intended to communicate. Meanwhile, implicatures are a subset of the contextual assumptions and contextual implications of an utterance or a text again, a subset which the communicator intended to convey. Both explicatures and implicatures are identified by the audience on the basis of consistency with the principle of relevance. Before we finish this presentation, let's see the application of relevant story in an advertisement.
Pagi, sarapan yuk. Thanks, aku udah tadi.
Pagi, bisa ikut meeting sekarang?
Bisa, Pak.
Awali dietmu bersama WRP On The Go baru. Diet praktis nggak pakai lapar.
Bentar ya, guys.
Sekali minum, nggak pengen makan lagi. WRP On The Go.
One of the examples of an advertisement which included the relevant theory is the WRP or Woman Gerofantation product advertisement that you just saw. And why is that? The reason is because the WRP advertisement have relevance between the speakers and their audiences. It contains strong implicative utterances and utilize contextual effects. Implicative utterances in the WRP advertisement is the sentence diet praktis gak pakai lapar, which also mean a practical diet without feeling hungry. That speech can be included as a strong implicator utterance because it can be easily understood and concluded by the audience. For example, diet praktis gak pakai lapar or a practical diet without feeling hungry will make the audience think that doing diet by consuming WRP is very practical because it can be consumed anywhere and anytime given the packaging is very convenient. In addition, by only consuming one WRP box, they won't feel unnecessary hungriness. In addition, the WRP advertisement is using contextual effects by using red as their basic color for the packaging, and the writing as well as the color of clothing used by the advertising model. Red is commonly used to describe love, desire, and passion. The main attraction here is the use of large writing and the image of a slim female body of a model, which can provide a different effect for those who see it. That's all our presentation for today. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if we made any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.